Welcome back to Wrestling World. Today, we'll be checking in with former WWE superstar AJ Lee Page and the biggest story coming out of the WWE draft. So let's get into it with AJ Lee. The former women's champion is still enjoying her early retirement from the ring. Fans can't stop speculating about a return to the ring for AJ. But the 33-year-old has started to focus her attention on another career and other serious issues. AJ Lee had her first #1 top-selling book with Crazy is My Superpower, a book that followed AJ's life from her childhood to her come-up in the wrestling scene and her entire career. AJ is now taking her writing skills to the comic book scene. AJ started to write comics back in 2019 with the Glow series, but AJ has been selected to write another series. AJ and her best friend Amy Garcia will write At the Spine of the World, a comic book based on D&D's Forgotten Realms. The description of the book says, At the Spine of the World takes place in Icewind Dale and Ten Towns, an area blighted by feral beasts, continual blizzards, and some of the strange madness that is gripping its residents. Sarvin, Dragonborn Ranger, makes an appearance alongside a host of colorful new characters. So with two big comics now on her record, AJ was recently interviewed and she opened up about the issues that she always saw with comics and how she's trying to fix that with her stories. She had this to say: growing up, not being able to see Latinas in genre or women in powerful roles in general lit a fire under me to create that representation for myself. I literally had to put on spandex and beat up bad guys to become the superhero I didn't see. It's hard for me to answer because that lack of visibility informed my present career and mission statement. So, I wouldn't want to butterfly effect myself into complacency. Instead, I prefer to ask, what changes can I make now? I must continue to create that representation so future Latinx generations and communities of every color know they belong in every genre as superheroes of their own valuable stories. This is a serious issue that AJ is trying to tackle with her new stories. There was no big comic or superhero story starring a Latina, or any woman at all for that matter, when she was growing up. So AJ is trying to change that narrative and give young readers a big character to look up to that's just like them. AJ is on a roll of securing these big writing roles, so hopefully she keeps it up and accomplishes her mission. And of course, her fans are still hoping that there will be a chance for her to return to WWE in the future. The battle between WWE and the superstars over the third-party ban seems to still be going on. It was announced this week that WWE officially took over as the owners for the superstars' Twitch channels and other third-party platform pages. This has been a crazy back-and-forth story over the last few weeks, and it's honestly been really hard to follow. NXT superstars don't seem like they put much of a fight up. A lot of them announced that it was their last day on Cameo this week, and many of them took down their merchandise from third-party platforms. But the fight really seems to be coming from the bigger superstars. When this news first came out, superstars were expected to leave Twitch and live streaming, but that no longer seems to be the case. Superstars will still remain on Twitch, but all of the profit will reportedly go straight to WWE, and then the superstars will receive a certain percentage. We've seen superstars like Paige and others all switch their Twitch branding to their real names to sort of find a loophole out of this situation, but it doesn't seem like that's going to work. Just because you're now using your real name on Twitch doesn't mean that you're exempt from this new rule all of a sudden. This rule still applies to you. Paige has been very vocal about this situation and still appears to be fighting back and has had enough. She tweeted out that she learned a lot about the unionism this week. She's obviously teasing and referring to the idea of the superstars creating a union that will free them of some of the over-the-top rules, such as the third-party ban. Zelina Vega even responded to Paige and seemed to be in support of the idea, but no progress has been made. It has been a popular topic among fans. Some of them think a union would be good for them, while others think it would be a nightmare. AJ Styles also commented on the fact that WWE has now full control of the income from Twitch and had this to say during his own stream. Nobody is on here making millions on Twitch. We are not pro gamers. That's not what is happening. I feel like, for us, it's an opportunity to do what we love. Play video games and interact with our fans. It's a chance to appreciate you guys appreciating us. That's basically what's going on, especially with what's going on in the world. We don't get to see you guys anymore, unless you're on the video screen in the Thunderdome. We don't get to see you. We don't get to talk to you. We don't get to do much. This is the next best thing. I don't know what they're hoping to get out of this. The communication has not been as great as we'd like. There's a lot of us who are all on the same page. We've talked to each other. We're facing the same thing. It's all doom and gloom, or, oh, that's all they want? I feel like this is an opportunity for me and my channel to say, this is what's going on, and debunk some stupid rumors that are going on. So everyone can appreciate AJ Styles' comments for cleaning up some of this confusion. Like Styles said, obviously the superstars aren't on there making millions of dollars. It was just a little side income. That was a great way to interact with fans. So that's why they all started doing it. But for whatever reason, this rule was put into effect and flipped everything upside down. The story is still confusing and hard to follow. Are the superstars okay with what's happening right now? Or do they plan on fighting back in some way? We'll have to wait and see how things play out. The WWE draft is taking place this week and everyone is on the clock ready to be drafted. However, there are some backstage strategies that are still going on with how the drafts unfold. As we saw last year, WWE tried their best to keep all real-life WWE couples together on the same show. Of course, life was completely different last year. Raw and SmackDown were both on the road, and both brands were in complete different cities. So being on the same brand with your significant other was very crucial because if you were on separate brands, you really weren't going to see each other that often. But now in 2020, Raw and SmackDown take place in the same arena, and there's no traveling at all involved. So maybe it would be easier for couples to be on separate shows. But according to reports, that's not the case. WWE is still following the plan from last year, and they're still trying their best to keep couples on the same brand. The report didn't promise that it will happen for every single couple. It just said that WWE would try their best to do it for everyone. But there might be a couple or two that get split up. But for the most part, all the couples will remain together. It will be interesting to see over the next few days how the draft results are and how many couples were able to stay together on the same brand. On top of the WWE couples and trying to keep them together, WWE also has to please USA Network and Fox because both networks obviously want the best talent for their shows. You already know that Fox Sports doesn't want to let go of superstars like Roman Reigns, Sasha Banks, or Bray Wyatt. But on the flip side, USA Network may be putting in the request to have one of those big stars on the show. So as you can tell, there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes for the WWE draft. But we'll see how the final results turn out in the next couple of days. What are your thoughts on today's wrestling news stories? What did you think of AJ Lee's comments? What are your thoughts on the Twitch drama? And what are your thoughts on the WWE draft? Leave your comments, don't forget to subscribe, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.